I didn't know I was playing Monster Hunter.
Lamau.
At the kitten. Look at the kitten. So pretty. Such a pretty girl.
And I'm gonna put the YouTube link in mod voice chat because again, this is just a fucking test stream.
Alright. See how it pops up.
I don't trust it. I don't trust YouTube to be able to handle it. What's up?
I'm just saying it's not lagging too much, at least on the title screen.
No, it's everything after the title screen that worries me.
Fair enough.
It's a speed game.
Oh.
Very nice.
Like actual speed running encouraged by the very fact that it exists.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, RoboCrest has some of those things too. Like, there's some parts that you have to be speed running to unlock inside the game.
So, because I don't trust YouTube to be able to, you know, handle it. That's why this is happening.
Yeah, I got you.
Wait, I said continue, not new game. Oh well, later stages are better, and all I did was do the tutorial.
Alive after all, but barely.
Oh, you're making me do it. Oh, you're making me old.
What?
It's making me put in my age and I have to manually count up from fucking 20.
Oh.
Pain.
So I just sit there being 21, 22, 23.
Oh, it's so mean.
All the way up to 30. Been 12 years.
Well, so far so good on Ren's end. I don't see anything lagging in the stream with him zipping through the level here.
Oh. I do not remember the paths that I used to have. Wait a minute. Yeah, it seems that the stream isn't going crazy, so there's that.
It's not that bad.
This place is full of ruins. There might have been a structure.
Because legit, one of my favorite games. Always end up returning to it.
Alright, let's see what horrors I'm gonna see on the online store.
What?
Let's see. Warp location marker.
What the you can buy warp location, that's gross.
Ugh, yeah.
You can buy wake stones. You can buy rift crystals, gross.
Explain?
Okay, so warp locations are basically your fast travels, but you have to find them. So they're little markers that you can anchor into the world anywhere you want, and then they become a fast point travel that you can go to permanently.
Ah.
And in the first game, they progress through each of your playthroughs. So basically, the more you play, the more of them you'll get because you'll still keep the ones that you had last time.
Ah.
And so you can basically have fast point things everywhere by your like third playthrough, and never have to like track through any of the old stuff again, which is really nice. Wake stones are basically used to automatically revive your player character if you die. So if you drop dead, a wake stone will be used and you'll get back up again with full health. But you can also use them to revive NPCs.
Ah.
So if there's an NPC you like and they get killed by like a goblin because they weren't like, you know, paying attention and they're being NPCs, you can use a wake stone to bring them back to life. And they work on basically all NPCs.
Oh, neat.
Perfect.
There's actually a hidden progression to beat the first game with one of the guys you have to fight. Because after you kill him, you can then use a wake stone to bring him back to life, and you can then take him to prison to interrogate him for information.
Ah.
And then rift crystals. Your pawns that you can hire. So you get one pawn that you make, and then you get, well, in the last game you get 2 pawns. I don't know if it's the same in this one.
Yeah.
But basically, but you hire them from other players. So if you made a pawn, for example, Ren, I could hire your pawn. But those pawns don't level up when they're in your game. They stay at whatever level you hire them. So while my character can get to like level 100, if I hire your pawn at level 5, they'll stay level 5 until they get desummoned.
Ah.
With rift crystals, I can hire higher level pawns that are higher level than me.
Ah.
Oh.
But yeah, the reason I'm saying that's gross is because, you know, it's gross. You just
Yeah.
Yeah.
in fact, you can just buy this shit as I don't kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really do.
Like
buy
earning the
it?
rift crystals, the high level pawn that you will eventually catch up to in levels. I enjoyed that in the first game because it meant I'll be like level 20 and then I can hire a level 30 pawn, so that I can keep that pawn for a while, rather than constantly needing to swap them out.
That was actually-
Wake stones. And wake stones were like a juggling thing where it's like, do I keep the wake stones for me in case I die, or do I use it on this NPC I really like?
I was actually wondering what the fuck pawns were because people were angry that a fucking YouTuber got one.
So in universe, pawns are creatures from a different world that you get to make your own pawn. And they're basically linked to each of the Arisen. They are like these permanent companion type characters that like are soul linked to you and will level up alongside you and help you out in quests. But they also have their own unique AI where they can learn by doing stuff. So if they learn an enemy's weakness, they'll learn to use those particular weaknesses in battle. So let's say you're fighting a frost monster and they learn that the frost monster is weak to fire. Once they learn that, their AI will now teach them to always use fire damage against that frost monster while you're fighting it. So hiring pawns that have done particular side quests as well, for example, like let's say I've gone ahead of you, I'm like level 10 and you hire my pawn and you're at level 5. Any quests I have done, and if you hire my pawn, they have information on that quest and therefore can give you hints about them.
Oh.
So for example, if you have like a quest to like some kid's lost his cat or something, like the cat's run off, and I've already done this quest and you've hired my pawn can give you a hint being like, I think I heard the cat was located here, and give you a rough idea where the cat might be.
Interesting. That's neat.
Yeah, it's sort of like the Nemesis system from the Shadow of Mordor games, except for you instead of against you.
Yeah. The reason why everyone's mad about that end piece that YouTube are getting at their own pawn, essentially, pawns exist in two states. There's the pawns that we make as players that then roam the world and can be hired by other players. And then there's the pawns who are like actual, in the game. So if you don't have internet, you still can hire pawns.
Ah.
And it sounds like that YouTuber got his own pawn in the base game, essentially. So if you play the game without internet, you can hire him as a pawn. So yeah, people are just rolling their eyes. It's like, oh great, YouTubers getting more preference and stuff.
No, because they were okay with other YouTubers. They were just angry with him because journalists are angry with him, to be more specific.
Oh, okay.
It has
So
to do
nobody
with
matters.
yeah, no, nobody actually gives a fuck. It has to do with that fucking Steam curator shit.
Okay.
I get the thing, people, like, YouTubers having their own permanent pawn, it's like, who gives a shit? You may not even encounter them.
Right?
And if you do, it's like, will you actually recognize them if you're not told? Because I probably wouldn't.
Fair.
It's like, I have no idea who this is.
Exactly.
And as well, I'll also take a generic pawn that looks like a YouTuber over, like, them hiring an actor to play a pawn who does not fit the setting whatsoever.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Shadow of War, with fucking hiring that comedian to be one of the orcs, and he sounds awful. His mic quality's terrible, and he just doesn't look like an orc because they made it look like him.
Ah.
They made an orc. He looks like an actual person, so he looks more human than orcs. So he looks really fucking weird. He has really bad mic quality, and he didn't do an accent. He just had these normal, like, Indian accent.
I
And
never
this is
I was not
really bad.
I was not expecting an Indian accent. I was expecting, like, my brain went to basically modern comedians, and I was basically gonna say, oh, like how modern comedians all have that weird and you said he, so for some reason all modern male comedians have this very fucking feminine way of talking.
But yeah, I must not have ever seen this orc in any of my playthroughs.
I've only seen him once, and I purposely killed him as soon as I saw him because I was just like, no, get out of my game.
Yeah, fair.
You you're very gross looking, even more so than like the actual gross orcs, because at least they fit in the world.
Yeah.
You look like a man dressed as an orc, and that is awful. Please leave.
They must have patched him to not show up a lot because, you know, people didn't like him. So they're just like, okay, we'll just make it so he doesn't show up as much. And we'll just not say it in any of the patch notes.
You know what the weird thing is? Because he's not the only one who exists, because they made that creator who died of cancer, they put him into the game as an orc, and he looks fine. He looks like one of the orcs. Like, yeah, he has, like, his humanish features, like his bald head and his beard and stuff, so he's a bit odd-looking as an orc. But they still made him look like an orc, and it's like, why didn't you do the same for this guy? Why does he just look like a man?
Why didn't you record at his lousy studio?
Cutscene.
Okay. Could have done without the French to English translation, since no one here speaks French.
I was about to say something in what I was going to assume is French, and then my brain went, wait.
Yeah. You just put like a friggin' Balzac quote in the game and just did it in the original French. I'm just before giving it subtitle, I'm just like, okay.
By the sounds of what I might have heard, the French continent that they hinted at in the first game might play a part in this one. So that's why there's a lot of French in it.
Ho ho ho, baguette! And that's the extent of the French I know.
Okay, so judging from the fact that we do not see this person's face, I'm gonna guess it's the created character.
Most likely.
It's weird how they showed the body, which is like probably not what most people's body is going to end up looking like after character creation.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you showed a very shortish, like male body. It's like, what if I'm like a Goliath? What if I made a giant?
Okay, how's this gonna go to shit?
Very easily.
And dragon.
As per usual, yeah.
It wouldn't be a Dragon Age without a drag.
Different game, but yeah. Both games have an issue with a dragon at some point. Oh. Oh. Okay.
I feel like there should be more levels that I'm not seeing.
So it's telling you to go crazy.
I mean, canonically in like the Dragon Dogma first game at least, you're not the only Arisen. There are actually others who have like failed or like on the journey but didn't make it. It is possible that guy wasn't us. That was someone else we're going to be hinting at. Just another Arisen.
Here's probably you.
You know, I actually forgot that it was Dragon's Dogma, and Dragon Age was the first game with a dragon in it that came to mind.
Fair. I'm guessing you're picking a sort of what you would call base player. Yeah.
Nah. Alright, who do I want for my pawn? I want a kitty, obviously.
But yeah.
Do I want a cat boy or a cat girl?
The degeneracy.
I know, I'm awful. How dare I go for the furry option?
I know.
Cat girl.
Fair enough.
Let's see, who looks like the cat body of someone I'm gonna slap a healing spell onto?
Well, you already know what my answer is when it comes to healers.
Uh-huh.
Bigger boobs.
Some
again,
nice
that's
surf
kinda
pattern
just-
choices.
Then again, that's just my answer for everything.
Rabies.
God, that is some detailed fur.
Indeed.
Short hair.
Hello?
What?
Hi.
Hello.
Bonk.
Bonk! The Bonkinator.
TF2 frying pan jut. Wave.
The wav. That one's more of a clunk than a bonk.
It's a clang, or less.
Yeah. Alright, I can save this. Nope! Okay. Wrong restart button. And I guess that didn't lead to more.
I'm glad these dreams appear to operate on some sort of logic.
Okay then. And progress! Well, at least I know that the game actually will function for stream.
That's good, yeah.
Ugh. It crashed.
Oh well.
Alright, well, I'm gonna call the YouTube stream there. Because, yeah, I got what I wanted out of it, which was just to see if the game was gonna work.
Yeah,
And
I
it
know.
does, so 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Nice.
Like, it won't be the next game I stream, but I actually do really like this game. So, it's gonna... If I end up asking for a thumbnail for it, it's gonna have to be like real artwork as opposed to just splashing a random me somewhere in there.
Fair.
Yeah.